Assalamualaikum and very good afternoon to everyone. So welcome back to our science class. So today I will continue chapter 3 nutrition. Our today's subtopic is 3.3 human digestive system. Okay, in this topic you need to know what is digestion. Digestion is a process of breaking down complex food molecule to the simplest molecule so that it can be absorbed by the body cell. So digestion divided into two, which is physical digestion and chemical digestion. Okay, this is chemical digestion. It involves chewing and the peristalsis process. Peristalsis process is the contraction and relaxation of muscle to push the bolus into the stomach. Chemical digestion is the breaking down a substrate, which is food molecule, by the action of enzyme action. So chemical digestion ni melibatkan enzyme. Physical digestion did not involve enzyme. Okay, this is human digestive system. So this is the flow of food of the alimentary canal. So it starts from mouth and then esophagus, stomach, duodenum, small intestine, large intestine, rectum and anus. So you need to remember the pathway of the food particle when enter in our body. So it starts from mouth, esophagus, stomach, duodenum, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, and the last one is anus. Okay, here is the liver, gallbladder and the pancreas. Okay. Ingestion means eating. Digestion is breaking food into the small portion. Egestion means pooping. Maksudnya, makanan yang kita tak, the undigested food, feces, is expelled throughout our body through the anus. That is egestion. So this is the flow of food particles. So when the food enter through our mouth and then go esophagus, stomach, duodenum, small intestine, large intestine, rectum and anus. So this is the flow of food particles starting from the mouth, esophagus, stomach, duodenum, small intestine, large intestine, rectum and anus. Okay, now we look at what happened in the mouth. So in the mouth, we have physical digestion, which is chewing. And then chemical digestion, enzyme action. In the mouth, we have enzyme salivary amylase. The starch is converted into maltose with the help of enzyme salivary amylase. So this enzyme contained in our saliva, dalam air liur kita. So ini yang berlaku di mulut. So dekat mulut kita ada physical digestion. Proses mengujah itu adalah physical digestion. And then chemical digestion disebabkan ada enzim amylase. So yang membantu menukarkan starch kepada maltose. So it converted starch into maltose. Okay, after the food being chewed, dia akan menjadi dalam bentuk bolus. Bolus ni kemudian akan pergi ke esophagus. So, in esophagus is the physical digestion. which is the process involved in peristalsis. So this is the process of peristalsis where the food in the form of bolus is pushed into the stomach. Peristalsis ni adalah proses pengembangan dan pengecutan otot pada esophagus untuk menolak makanan dalam bentuk bolus pergi ke perut. So this is the bolus. So ada berlaku pengembangan dan contraction and relaxation of the muscle. So that process we call it peristalsis. So dia akan tolak bolus ni pergi ke perut, pergi ke stomach. So no chemical digestion here. Okay, and then the food enter esophagus is called the bolus. So this is the bolus. And then it will go to the stomach. So in stomach, there is no physical digestion, but we have chemical digestion because the enzyme is involved. So what enzyme involved in the stomach? In the stomach, we have enzyme protease, which is the protein is converted into polypeptide. Ini semua berlaku dekat perut. Bila makanan tadi atau makanan dah sampai di perut, dekat perut berlaku proses pencernaan protein. So the digestion of protein. So the protein is a large molecule. So dia akan ditukarkan kepada molekul yang lebih kecil. It will be converted into the smaller molecule which is polypeptide with the help of enzyme protease. So ingat, stomach is perut, enzyme yang ada dekat perut, protease. So selain daripada tu, other than that, in stomach, we also have gastric juice. Okay, in gastric juice, it contain hydrochloric acid and enzyme. So the function of hydrochloric acid is to kill microorganism in the food. So sekiranya ada bakteria ataupun mikroorganism dalam makanan kita, dia akan dibunuh oleh hydrochloric acid. So function hydrochloric acid is to kill the microorganism. So untuk di stomach ni, di perut, you need to know, you have to remember the enzyme is protease. So it converted protein into polypeptide. So polypeptide ni molekul yang kecil, tapi tak habis lagi digestion process sebab polypeptide ni boleh lagi kita tukarkan kepada molekul yang lebih kecil. Boleh dipecahkan lagi di molekul. So nanti kita akan tengok ia akan berlaku di small intestine. So here in the stomach, the protein is converted into polypeptide with the help of enzyme protease. So here we have starch with the help of enzyme pancreatic amylase will converted into maltose. And then tadi dekat perut, protein ditukarkan kepada polypeptide. So polypeptide ni akan kita tukarkan dalam bentuk yang lebih kecil, dipeptides, with the help of protease enzyme. And then fat with the help of lipase and enzyme lipase will produce fatty acid and glycerol. So ini adalah molekul yang lebih kecil. Daripada fat, dia akan ditukarkan kepada fatty acid and glycerol. Enzim yang terlibat adalah enzim lipase. So inilah 3 jenis enzim yang produce in pancreatic juice. So pancreatic juice contain pancreatic amylase, enzyme protease and enzyme lipase. Satu lagi, fat. Fat pun sama tadi. Fat ditukarkan kepada fatty acid and glycerol. Enzim yang terlibat, lipase. So, at the small intestine, the digestion is completed. Maksudnya, makanan you dah makan tadi, semua tadi akan digest sepenuhnya di small intestine. So, daripada maltose tadi, masih lagi besar. So, dia akan makanan dalam maltose akan ditukarkan dalam bentuk yang lebih kecil, yang paling kecil sekali, glukos. Enzim yang terlibat, maltase. Protein, tadi dia tukar daripada protein jadi polypeptide and then dipeptide. And then dipeptide will be converted into amino acid. Jadi last product for protein is amino acid. Yang ni lah barulah molekul yang paling kecil sekali. So, enzim yang terlibat, protease. Okay, satu lagi kita ada lemak, fat. With the help of enzyme lipase, we produce fatty acid and glycerol. So, semua ni berlaku di small intestine. So, makanan-makanan tadi, all the food that you eat, will be digested completely at the small intestine. Okey, lepas intestine, kita akan tengok apa yang berlaku pada large intestine. In large intestine, ini yang besar ni, large intestine, the undigested food will enter the large intestine. The process of water reabsorption happen in the large intestine. Jadi makanan yang tak dicernakan akan pergi ke large intestine. Kemudian air akan diserap semula ke dalam badan kita. So air, the water is reabsorbed to our body at the large intestine. And then the undigested food yang ada dekat large intestine tu akan bergerak pergi ke rectum. Setelah air dah diserap semula, undigested food tadi kita panggil dia feces, known as feces or najis, will enter the rectum and stop here. Kemudian najis tadi, makanan yang tak dicernakan, najis-najis tadi akan disimpan di rectum, will store in the rectum. So function of rectum is to store feces. So bila stored feces, and then the feces are excreted from the body through the anus. Najis tadi akan keluar dari badan kita melalui anus. So this is the anus, the last one. So makanan yang tak digunakan, undigested food or feces, will be excreted from our body through the anus. Okay. So, from what we learn tadi, apa yang kita belajar tadi, starch is a larger molecule. So, kita akan digestkan dia menjadi, with the help of enzyme amylase, it will digest into maltose. And then, maltose with the help of enzyme maltase will be digested into glucose. So kat sini you boleh nampak ini molekul yang besar. Kita pecahkan lagi. Dekat mulut tadi kita ada enzyme amylase. With the help of amylase enzyme, it will convert into maltose. But maltose is still large molecule. So we need to break down the molecule. Kita pecahkan lagi dengan with the help of enzyme maltase. Ini dekat small intestine. So dia akan jadi apa ni? The last molecule, the smaller molecule. Molekul yang paling kecil sekali dia akan jadi glucose. So starch, produk akhir dia adalah glucose. Nampak dia jadi satu. So this is the end product of the starch. Ni molekul yang paling kecil sekali adalah glucose. So ingatlah starch dekat mulut tadi kita ada enzyme amylase will produce maltose, and then maltose will be breaking down into glucose with the help of enzyme maltase. And then protein. Protein is a large molecule. So here you look at, this is protein. So at the stomach, we have protease enzyme protease. So dia akan break down into polypeptide. So from protein, with the help of enzyme protease, it will break down into polypeptide. And then polypeptide is still a large molecule. We need to digest it into, with the help of enzyme protease, kita kena digestkan lagi dekat, ini berlaku dekat small intestine, kita digestkan lagi, polypeptide akan bertukar menjadi dipeptide. Dipeptide masih lagi molecule yang besar, still large molecule, so we need to convert into smaller molecule. So, with the help of protease enzyme, kita digest lagi, dia akan break down into amino acid. So, the last product from protein is amino acid. So, you kena ingat, daripada protein jadi polypeptide, and then dipeptide, last kali baru jadi amino acid. So, the last end product for protein is amino acid. Ini barulah molekul yang paling kecil sekali. Barulah badan kita boleh serap this amino acid. Baru dia akan masuk into our bloodstream. Okay, fat, lemak. Okay, this is molecule of fat. So, this is large molecule. With the help of enzyme lipase, it will be break down into what? Into glycerol and fatty acid. So, you kena ingat untuk fat, lemak, enzim yang terlibat lipase. Ingat, lemak, lipase. So, the end product for fat is glycerol and fatty acid. Okay, so ini contoh, what is the end product of the food? So, bread is a type of carbohydrate. So, carbohydrate, last product for carbohydrate ataupun starch. Ini carbohydrate. And then we have roasted chicken. Roasted chicken is a protein. Butter is a fat. So, this is end product dia apa? Bila kita makan, dia akan digested into. Okay, number 1. Bread. Bread is starch. Starch kanji. Starch dekat mulut kita makan kunyah-kunyah. Kita kunyah and then dia akan converted into maltose and then digest lagi into the last product is glucose. Ini kita tahulah what is the enzyme involved. Amylase enzyme. So from maltose with the help of enzyme maltase it will be converted into glucose. Okay, number 2 we have roasted chicken. Roasted chicken is a type of protein. And then protein will be converted into polypeptide. And then polypeptide, kita kena digest lagi, break down into dipeptide. And lastly, into amino acid. So, the end product here is amino acid. So, starch, last kali akan jadi glucose. For protein, last product, end product dia adalah amino acid. Okay, number 3. Number 3, we have fat. So, fat with the help of lipase, enzyme lipase. So, it will produce fatty acid and glycerol. So, yang ni you need to remember what is the end product for starch, end product for protein, end product for fat. So, fat end product dia adalah fatty acid and glycerol. And then you need to know what is the enzyme involved. So, here amylase enzyme. Here is this maltase enzyme. So, for protein is protease enzyme. For fat, a lipase enzyme.